In today's video, we're going to talk about the 9 best and highest paying jobs that doesn't require a college degree. Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Tay from Financial Tortoise, where we learn to grow our wealth slow and steady. In order to come up with the following list, I looked at 4 primary criteria. The first criteria is wage. Given that the median income in the United States is around $44,000, I wanted a job that had at least a median salary or greater than that number. Second criteria is the education requirement. For this video, I focused on jobs that required a high school equivalent degree, plus maybe some additional training, but no bachelor's or master's degree required. Third criteria is job growth. The world is changing faster than many of us can adapt to, and job growth rate is a great reflection of that. Jobs that were once considered great jobs in the past no longer exist. It is important to select a career field with high job growth potential. So all the jobs listed here have a job growth rate that are at least the average or greater than the average growth rate. And the fourth criteria is the actual number of jobs forecasted. A job might have a fast growth potential, but if the pool is too small to start out with, the total number of new jobs might not make the pursuit worthwhile. So all the jobs listed here have an actual number of jobs at least in the tens of thousands. Alright, with that said, let's get into the 9 highest paying and best jobs that doesn't require a college degree. The number 1 best job without a college degree is fitness trainer and instructors. The 2021 median pay is around $40,000 a year. Yes, I know, it does fall under the $44,000 threshold we discussed earlier. But hear me out on why I included it on the list here. Of all the jobs that we will review here, it actually has the highest prospects for job growth, with a projected growth rate of 39% for the next 10 years. And that's not all. With the current total number of jobs around 310,000, it is expected to have close to 122,000 new openings the next decade. A very strong number of new openings. Healthcare is a top issue in our country. People are living longer and want to maintain an active lifestyle as they age. As a result, we have seen the rise of gyms and workout facilities over the past decade with no sign of stopping anytime soon. If you're willing to hustle, there are great opportunities for growth in this field. In order to work in this field, you'll need at least a high school diploma or equivalent. In addition, most fitness trainers and instructors have certification related to the area of fitness in which they specialize in. Personal trainers also usually must be certified before they begin working with clients or with members of the gym or a health club. A nice aspect of being a fitness trainer or an instructor is the flexibility to ramp up your income if you choose to do so. Most often, you're paid based on the number of clients that you see. So if you're willing to hustle, you can quickly increase the amount of money you bring in. If you're a health enthusiast and like the idea of helping people to become the best physical version of themselves, this job definitely is worthwhile looking. The number 2 best job without a college degree is a licensed practical nurse, LPN, or a licensed vocational nurse, LVN. The 2021 median pay is around $48,000 a year. It is expected to have a projected job growth of 9% for the next 10 years. With close to 700,000 LPNs and LVNs in the United States, we can expect to have about 64,000 new positions to open up in the next decade. The median pay is only slightly higher than the national average, but the reason I wanted to add it to the list here is due to the fact that being an LPN or an LVN is a great entry point job into many other great healthcare positions. Healthcare as a whole is one of the fastest growing and the biggest industry in the United States, thus making it ripe for many great opportunities. In order to become an LPN or an LVN, one must complete an approved educational program. These programs award a certificate or diploma and typically take about a year to complete, but could take a little bit longer. They're commonly found in technical schools and community colleges, although some programs may be available in high schools or hospitals. If you like the idea of helping people at their most vulnerable physical state, this could be a great career to look into. The number 3 best job without a college degree is one that many kids dream of becoming when they grow up, and that is a firefighter. I mean, who wouldn't want to be considered a hero, right? They not only rescue people and animals, but buildings and environments by extinguishing dangerous fires. The 2021 median pay is around $50,000 a year. It is expected to have a projected job growth of 8% in the next 10 years. With close to 320,000 firefighters in the United States, we can expect about 27,000 new positions to open up in the next decade. Firefighters typically need a high school diploma and training in emergency medical services. Prospective firefighters must pass written and physical tests, complete interviews, and train at a fire academy. Fire departments may require firefighters to have other credentials, such as EMT certification, the emergency medical technician. It is an awesome career, but you should also know that firefighters have one of the highest rate of injuries and illnesses of all occupations. They often encounter dangerous situations including collapsing homes and exposure to flames and smoke. But despite the danger, if you like the idea of helping people at the time of their highest need, being a firefighter is a great career to consider. The number 4 best job without a college degree is an industrial machinery mechanic. These mechanics play a crucial role in helping thousands of manufacturing companies to run effectively. They maintain and repair factory equipment and other industrial machinery such as conveying systems, production machinery, and packaging equipment. The 2021 median pay is around $59,000 a year. It is expected to have a projected job growth of 19% for the next 10 years. With close to 500,000 industrial machinery mechanics in the United States, we can expect about 95,000 new positions to open up in the next decade. Industrial machinery mechanics generally need at least a high school diploma or equivalent. Some mechanics complete a 2-year associate's degree program in industrial maintenance. In addition, these mechanics typically receive more than a year of on-the-job training. Despite how much of our world is going digital, we still need physical things to live. And machines make these things, and well-trained mechanics ensure that these machines function as they're supposed to. If you like the idea of working with your hands with heavy machinery, becoming an industrial machinery mechanic might be a career for you. Number 5 best job without a college degree is a plumber. Plumbers play a crucial role in installing and repairing fixtures and systems. And this is for all ranges of environments such as homes, businesses, and factories. If you're a functioning human being, you likely have needed one or will need one sometime in your life. The 2021 median pay is around $60,000 a year. It is expected to have a projected job growth rate of 5% for the next 10 years. With close to 470,000 plumbers in the United States, we can expect to have about 23,000 new positions to open up in the next decade. At a minimum, a high school diploma or equivalent is typically required to become a plumber. And most plumbers learn their trade through a 4 or 5-year apprenticeship. Apprenticeship that has about 2,000 hours of paid on-the-job training, as well as some technical instruction. In a world where we worship technology and knowledge work, it is easy to dismiss trade occupations like being a plumber. However, it is exactly because of this mindset that there could be opportunities to thrive as a plumber. Not everyone might need a wannabe content creator in their lives. However, we all need a good plumber. Number 6 best job without a college degree follows a similar trade occupation theme, and that is an electrician. Electricians install, maintain, and repair electrical power communications, lighting, and control systems in homes, businesses, and factories. And pretty much every building has electrical power, lighting, and control system that is installed during construction and needs to be maintained after that. The 2021 median pay is around $60,000 a year, and it is expected to have a projected job growth of 9% for the next 10 years. With close to 730,000 electricians in the United States, we can expect about 66,000 new positions to open up in the next decade. Most electricians learn through apprenticeship, but some start out by attending a technical school. And most states require electricians to be licensed. Again, if you grew up in a world of technology and knowledge work, it is easy to dismiss trade careers. However, we need to realize that if we didn't have hardworking electricians, we wouldn't have the power to use our technology. The number 7 best job without a college degree is a flight attendant. If you like traveling, this could be the perfect occupation for you. In 2021, the median pay is around $61,000 a year. It is expected to have a projected job growth of 30% for the next 10 years. With close to 102,000 flight attendants in the United States, we can expect about 31,000 new positions to open up in the next decade. If you've been on a plane recently, you most likely encountered one. And many of us might not know it, but airlines are required by law to provide flight attendants for safety and security of passengers. We may mistakenly think that they just provide us drinks and food, but the primary job of a flight attendant is to keep the passengers safe, ensuring that everyone follows security regulations and that the flight deck is secure. And the flight attendant's most important responsibility is to help passengers in the event of an emergency. In order to become a flight attendant, a high school diploma is typically required. And once a flight attendant is hired, airlines provide their initial training ranging from 3 to 6 weeks. The training usually takes place at the airline's flight training center and is required for FAA certification. So if you like traveling and like the idea of helping people 30,000 feet above the skies, this might be a great career to consider. Number 8 best job without a college degree is aircraft and avionics equipment mechanics. If you love planes and working with your hands, this might be a great career to consider. The 2021 median pay is around $66,000 a year. It is expected to have a projected job growth of 11% for the next 10 years. With close to 151,000 aircraft and avionics equipment mechanics in the United States, we can expect about 17,000 new positions to open up in the next decade. Aircraft and avionics equipment mechanics and technicians are ultimately responsible for repairing and performing scheduled maintenance on aircrafts. Airplanes require reliable parts and maintenance in order to fly safely. So to keep an airplane in operating condition, aircraft and avionics equipment mechanics perform scheduled maintenance, make repairs, and complete inspections. And they must follow detailed regulations set by the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, that dictates maintenance schedules for different operations. Aircraft mechanics and service technicians typically enter the occupation after attending a FAA-approved aviation maintenance technical school. So if you love planes and like the idea of ensuring that they function well for the millions of people who fly on a daily basis, this could be a great career to consider. The number 9 best job without a college degree is police officers and detectives. This definitely isn't an easy career, but if you like the idea of protecting people, this could be a very rewarding pathway. 2021 median pay is around $66,000 a year. It is expected to have a projected job growth of 7% for the next 10 years. With close to 800,000 police officers and detectives in the United States, we can expect about 52,000 new positions to open up in the next decade. The education typically required to enter the occupations ranges from a high school diploma to a college degree. Most police officers and detectives must graduate from their agency's training academy before completing the on-the-job training. Candidates must be a U.S. citizen, usually at least 21 years old, and able to meet rigorous physical and personal qualifications. A nice part of being a police officer is that it is one of the few career fields that actually have a pension. However, being a police officer or detective can be physically demanding, stressful, and dangerous. They have one of the highest rates of injuries and illnesses of all occupations. Working around the clock in shifts is common. But this is also a very rewarding career. So if you could see yourself in a uniform and working to protect citizens on a daily basis, this could be the ideal career for you. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to learn more about the 9 best jobs for the future, check out my video here. Thank you again. Until next time, all the best.